Hi everyone. So today's topic is the boy who cried lion. In a small village nestled at the foot of the hill, there was a mischievous boy named Ravi who was known for playing pranks on the villagers. He often got into trouble, but it never seemed to bother him, as he enjoyed the mischief and the fun that come with it. One day, as Ravi walking through the village, he suddenly had an idea for a new prank. He decided that would pretend to be in danger and shout for him, just to see how the villagers would react. So Ravi climbed to the top of the large rock overlooking the whole village and began shouting, "Lion, lion, come save him, save me." His voice through the hills, and the villagers quickly began to panic, fearing that a lion had entering their peaceful villages. As the concerned village come running to Ravi's rescues, they were relieved to see that there was no lion in sight. However, their relief quickly turned to anger when they realized that Ravi had tricked them. "No lion, I didn't only fun. I did it only fun." He laughed, enjoying their annoying. The villagers, furious that they had been duped, warned Ravi not to play such a dangerous prank again. They told him that his action could cause real harm, and that they would come to his aid if he continued to deceive them. To despite their warnings, Ravi just struggled of their concerns, convinced that they were overacting. Few days later, Ravi decided to play the same prank on the villagers once more. He climbed back up to the top of the rock and shouted, "Lion, lion!" Just he had before, the villagers still the previous incident were hesitate to come to his aid, but ultimately choose to check on him, just in case there was a real dangerous in time. When they arrived at the rock, they were once again met with Ravi laughter, as there as there was no lion to be found. "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me," they slaughtered Ravi. Before angrily returning to their homes, they promised themselves that they would not fall for his trick again. With the villagers now wise to his antic, Ravi knew he had lost the element of surprise for his prank. He decided to let some time pass before attempting any more mischief, hoping that the villagers would eventually forget his last two pranks and let their guard lions. Several weeks went by and life in the village returned to normal. The villagers were no longer on high alert, but they still remembered Ravi's prank and were aware of any strange sound coming from the hills. One day Ravi was playing near the edge of the village when he suddenly heard rustling in the bushes behind him. As they turned around, he was shocked to see the real lion emerge from the undergrowth. Its eye looked onto angrily. Ravi's heart raced as he realized the danger he was now in. Terrified, Ravi scrambled back up to the top of the rock, hoping that the lion wouldn't be able to follow him there. Once he was safely on the top, he began to shout, "Lion, lion, help! There's a real lion this time." The villagers, hearing Ravi's cries, were initially skeptical, They believed this was simply another one's his prank, and they were not eager to be fooled a third time. However, the Ravi's cramp grew more desperate. Some of the villagers began wonder if this time he was telling the truth. A small group of villagers hesitantly approached the rock, ready to turn back at, at the first sign of Ravi's laughter. Instead, they found him they found him factually trying to keep the lion by as it snarled and clawed at the rock. We have to help him. One villager cried, but the others were still dustful, unusual. Whether this was just another ruse, they argued among themselves, wasting precious time while Ravi's situation grew more dire. As the lion began the climb of the rock, Ravi's fear overwhelmed. He knew he had no one to blame but himself for the villager reluctance to help him. In his heart, he regretted our playing the lion's prank and wished more than anything that he would take it back. Unfortunately, he wished come too late. The lion finally reached on the top of the rock, and Ravi could no longer escape its grasp. The boy fought as hard as he could, but the lion was strong, and it wasn't long before the beast overpowered him. By the time the villager decided intervenes, it was too late. They could only watch in shock and sadness as the lion climbed its prize. As they grabbed to Ravi, they could help but feel pang guilty for not coming his aid snore. However, they also knew Ravi's despite had been his own undoing. In the end, his lions had cost him his life. The tragic event served as a somber lesson for the village, a powerful reminder of the importance of honesty and consequently the deceit. In the year that followed, the villagers would often share the story of Ravis, the lions, with their children. They used it as a cautionary tales, instilling the values of truthfulness and truthfulness. Future generations so that they Ravi not make the same mistake as Ravi. Thank you.